Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Feels weird. I'm on the right of the overlay this time. Feels weird. I'm used to being in the middle. We're back. More Vampire. More London. More coteries. More chaos. Loss of sanity, I guess. Or my sanity. So that's what I need. As a storyteller, I need like a sanity bar, so like a humanity bar, and just watch it go down every session. Anyway, let's crack on. I'm Hedgehog. I use he pronouns, and I have the honour of being the storyteller for this, our first ever long-term campaign. No more 10-episode, quick get it done nonsense. We're doing this for the long term. I'm going to let everyone introduce themselves and say who they are and who they'll be playing. I'm going to start with Inez.
Hello, everyone. My name is Inez. I use she, her pronouns. And tonight, and for a lot of nights after this, I will once again, oh my god, it feels so good to be back in this suit, bitch. I will once again be playing Valerian, our interesting man who has no ulterior motives at all.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
No.
Anna.
Oh, that was my voice went for a second. Hi, I'm Anna O'Reilly, whichever one you prefer. I use they/them pronouns, and I will be once again returning as Dominic, our favorite himbo. Also, I just realized that I forgot to put my fangs in, so that's sad.
It means you can't feed this session, so I think we're all a little bit safer.
I'll get them. I'll get them in the break. It's fine. Don't worry. Yeah, no, I'm really excited to be back. Yeah, this is good. This feels good.
This feels very good. Finally, Blue.
Hi, I'm Blue. You can find me online as Sanguis Blue. I go by she, her pronouns, and I am back as Leto, our friendly neighborhood Camden Malkavian.
Yes. Right. I was about to say, who remembers what we did last session? But that was back in June. And if anyone can remember that, they deserve... I don't know. You can't have inspiration on this, can you? In a nutshell, we found the Inquisition bad, we killed them, we kicked them out, we killed some twins, and we decapitated one of them with a sword. Which was Valerian's sword, which I wonder where that went after all the chaos.
Where did that go? Wait a minute.
It was we never decided. I mean, for all we know, it's in Leto's Boxo things.
Me?
Give that back right now.
I've got the shotgun, I've got the sword,
No!
I've got some random debris on the floor, I've got that twin's head.
Just casually preserved.
In a box.
Oh my goodness.
You never know.
Just in a box. That's crazy.
Welcome to the energy that we're bringing to the table. Right, I think we should begin. And all stories have a beginning. I am just going to press my start. One day this will be seamless, but now I have to get back into. Okay. In a dimly lit room, anguish etched on his face, a man stares intently at his mobile phone. Tears trace their way down his cheek, glistening in the soft glow of the lone screen. The solitary message poised in the text box demands his attention. His thumb hovers tentatively over the send button, a weighty decision in the balance. With a heavy exhale, punctuated by a subtle sniffle, he presses send, unleashing the words that carry the weight of 1,000. It's not you. It's me. I am sorry. And everything goes dark. Well, that was one. So, in general, it's been 5 years since Powerfall, both literally and figuratively. Not a lot of people remember that night now, really. It kind of feels like a bit of a footnote, you know, the BT Tower blowing up, and Camden getting a lot more free open sky all of a sudden. It feels a bit weird. But yeah, coterie life is good. London is now a free city under the rule of Valerian. Some would say iron rule, some would say benevolent rule. It very much depends which side of the fence you sit on and whether you are listening. It depends on who you listen to. Because there are certain people who are still very salty about how the end played out. And in their current state, all they can do is bitch and moan. The 5 past years have been an interesting ride. Most kindred were happy to accept the new normal. However, there was some resistance. The first few years were bloodier than most, as the final vestiges of a resistance were quashed. Several unsavoury characters were removed to keep the peace. On the flip side of that, the other half of these 5 years have been relatively more peaceful in terms of conflict. With London being the newest and shiniest anarch city in Europe for all intents and purposes, no Camarilla, no Inquisition, the city is becoming inundated with kindred eager to escape the rule or subjugation of either group, really. This, however, has made a whole brand new problem. London is filling up. While there was never strict rules about what the ratio of kindred to humans should be, London could potentially be the most densely populated ratio city now. Which is a twisted irony, because if you consider that back in 2012, the city was, for lack of a better term, almost sterile of kindred after the Inquisition successfully purged most of them out. This has left Valerian with a headache, as more and more coteries arrive. Trying to divvy up feeding grounds and domains is getting increasingly harder and harder, and everyone's feeding grounds are getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And people are getting unhappy and a bit petchy. It hasn't reached boiling point yet, but every month that pressure point gets closer and closer and closer. So, Dom.
Mm-hmm.
No longer the new kid on the block. I hope over the past 5 years you've learnt something about kindred society, and you don't do the thing of asking what the masquerade is or what's an inquisition when they're around. Especially after the last series. If you still ask what's an inquisition after that, you've got some problems.
Yeah.
But no. You've moved since you last met. I would imagine you've probably still stayed north of the river. You're probably now outside Camden. Possibly adjacent to it rather than being in there. The question is, the one that we all want to know. Did Dom upgrade his apartment when he moved?
I mean, technically, he got £2 million at some point, so which I guess he would have upgraded a little bit. It wouldn't have been too fancy, I think. It
Are
would
you
have
still,
been
living
upgrade.
on,
This
on
economy,
fame?
absolutely not.
Yeah.
I was gonna say in London.
Well,
Exactly.
2 million will get you about a cargo container for about a week before, you know.
Fair.
I mean, you know, there are some upmarket apartments, you know, that are on slightly higher floors. Now, last we left, Dom was an actor. Although actor, I'm putting actor in brackets here because for an actor, he did very little acting.
Well, I wonder why.
And everyone on fan forums was wondering why Dominic stopped appearing in my favourite daytime TV show. But
Exactly.
Dom's had a bit of a career change. Over the past 5 years, Dom has transitioned into becoming a musician, since that allows them to record music at night. My question is, what kind of music?
It's like,
This
No,
is where we find
like-
out Dom's become a rapper.
no. It's like folk kind of music.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that kind of like it's not. It's like kind of like calmer.
Yeah.
Guitar.
Not quite country, but you know, that general
No.
direction. You can put down the
Yeah.
you can put down the banjo in there. Look, I don't do music, okay? You say folk, I hear banjos and yokels, okay?
Well, he has in literally every other universe I've had Dominic. He's had a banjo, so like.
Oh no!
Now we know.
It was a heirloom, okay? In every other universe, he never knew how to play it. His whole goal was to try and learn how to play it. But this one's different. He is a musician. He does know how to play it. But usually uses acoustic guitar.
This Valerian's picking up the banjo and smashing on the ground.
Yes,
It's like
absolutely.
we're in Britain. We're not in...
It came with the inheritance that the car came with as well. So
Fuck you, Angel Banjo, bitch.
I mean-
Damn.
I mean, the car ended up in the Thames, so the
Yeah.
banjo's probably not got, you know.
The
Yeah.
banjo not being in the boot at the time.
No.
Just it goes into the
God,
water, you
the
hear the
gas
strings
work.
vibrate. Just make a really terrible sound.
My God.
Your apartment now had a kind of makeshift recording studio, because it makes sense to record your own music. Very heavily, you know, soundproofed. No one can hear in, no one can hear out, and that's where we find Dom Knight umming and ahhing over their latest song. How is Dom feeling at the moment? Life is relatively quiet now. You still do work for Valerian. You still do help out when Valerian needs muscle. But what is Dom doing? How does he feel? And more importantly, what does he look like? Because we also have really nice reference art, like there, and there. Done by...
Shout out to the Petito drawings.
There we go. I was going to... I'm so glad you said that. Because you know what I've been saying it the entire time, and I'm now going to go hide? I've been saying patio.
Are you
That's
serious? That's not what it says.
I know it's not what it said. My brain dropped one of the T's, and so I've been reading as Patio, and it's like that's a strange name for someone. It's like, but no, it's autistic me dropping letters aside. You know, it's amazing artwork.
Yeah.
And Dom looks more gayer than I had in my head. There's so much more gay energy there that I didn't think was there. But anyway.
It's been there the whole time. I just, yeah, now it's visualized, so. Right, yeah, so Dominic is, I mean, as you can, is a non-binary man, has white skin and dark brown hair, like longer, usually up in like half in like a bun, has a bit of a beard, usually wears a little bit of eyeliner or sometimes a little bit more. They have a sword earring, and usually wear kind of like loose, flowy blouses, usually with a deep V-neck, and currently wears like a long, dark blue bordering black, skirt and black Dr. Martens, and wears a lot of rings. Oh, and also, most importantly, this is a new feature, I don't have one, has a necklace with a bunch of fangs on.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder where Dom got them from.
Yeah.
Dot. Well, I am going to ask is, are Larissa's fangs the ones in the center? Or have they been pushed to the side? No, they are dead in the
Absolutely,
middle.
they're in the center, yeah.
And all the others just go round.
Yeah, I mean, they have more, but they don't fit on the necklace, so...
This is literally a exhibit of how many times Valerian's asked you to go silent someone, and you've taken silence quite literally and gone, yeah, no fangs anymore.
Exactly.
Who'd have thought someone with such a deep V-neck could be so terrifying?
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine just like getting your fang around by like such a queer-looking person.
Like, I know I can't feed anymore, but damn that V-neck.
Oh my god, that's got me.
It's almost all the way down to the skirt.
Yeah.
V for vampire, bro.
Yeah.
Come on.
So you're there recording, going over your recordings. When you get a text on your phone. It's about 9 p.m. And it's from your mother. Your wonderful mother, who, last we left off, is now fully aware of what vampires are and that you are one. But has been sworn to secrecy, and has kept her end of the bargain and has not said a thing. And it's just, essentially she's just saying she's come back from Bridge Club and she wants to know if she can pop around, or are you still being busy doing that music thing you say you're doing?
The way that she describes it.
Music is in inverted commas.
Oh wow! Okay.
She thinks that music translates to doing Valerian things.
I should not listen. I did not like open Spotify and like listen to any of my songs.
She doesn't know what a Spotify is.
She's like, what is that? A spoofy?
Yeah. So she's been thinking, in her head, you are now this kind of like mob gangster.
Oh no.
That, you know, kind of goes around, like, she's built this mental image of the coterie now, where it's kind of like The Godfather, where you've got Valerian sitting there around a table, You know, you've got Leto there holding the phone with the cable while also like listening into the conversation at the same time. And then you've just got Dom standing there with his arms crossed behind Valerian, looking intimidatingly at anyone. She's
Which is funny because like Dom has like a massive sleeper build, so everyone looks at like, is that the muscle? And then just like,
yeah, bang.
yeah.
But yes, music.
Right. I feel like Dom's tried multiple times to explain that yes, he's actually doing, send like even like YouTube like because people, you know, the music is on YouTube as well. Like send like, hey, I know you don't have Spotify, but like listen to this.
Every time you do that, she just responds back with, "I get it, honey. Mum's the word. Wink, wink." As if it's like kind of like a cover story. As in, like, people are listening. So, no, it is music. Look, it is music. Here's a YouTube video. We were talking about music, not, you know, music.
I love this. No, they will text back that, yeah, they're... And, well, once again, find her that she's doing actual music.
About 20 minutes later, you hear a buzz at the door. Mama Dom has got a little bit older.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. I mean, she's got an ageless look anyway. She looked younger for her age anyway. But not much has changed in the looks of Dom's mother. Still has the wrapped up newspaper ready to assault Dom at a moment's notice. But it's like, "Oh, Dom, honey, I hope it's not too late. Well, too early."
No, it's not. Otherwise I wouldn't. Right?
Yeah. It's fine. So are you making music?
It's you know what? I'm not even gonna try anymore.
It's a good
just
cover
like,
story.
No, it's
I mean,
not.
all of
Okay.
this.
You know what? Just come in first, and just we'll like open the door for like.
As she goes in, it like points to a guitar like hanging off like one of the walls in like the entranceway. It's like all of this, you know, buying all these instruments.
I've played before when I was younger. You've
No.
heard me play.
No, but that's the genius of it. You know how to play. No one would expect you to be a, you know.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It's like her way of saying vampire.
Okay.
No, I got it. I got it.
Yeah. I would surprise not like this or whatever. It was just like what is it? Are you?
I just wanted to say, you know, how much I really love you.
What did I do wrong? What did I forget?
Nothing. No, nothing at all. Just, you know, I wanted to know if you thought a little bit more about the thing that I asked about.
Right.
You know, the
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, yeah.
And
okay, yeah, okay. I have, I guess.
I'm not getting any younger.
No, I'd have to run it by Valerian.
How does that work? Do I have to bring a present, or is it like, do I have to like, you know?
I actually don't know. I've never done. I just know I need to ask.
Can we do the whole ask for forgiveness is easier than asking for permission?
What?
You know, the whole expression. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than ask for permission.
There are rules, and I I think if I turned you without permission, Laren might kill me. And you.
You see that she had looks really determined, has this like stern look in her eyes for an older woman, and is kind of like over my dead body. And then has a moment where she realizes what she did, and then laughs.
I will bring it up. Well, you know.
Mhm.
I've explained most of the things to you, right? Like that's
Yeah.
I know what.
Yeah, mum's the word.
Right. Yeah. I will bring it up.
Okay. Think we could be together forever.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do. In the beginning, I was just hesitant because it's not an easy life. You'd have to give up a lot. And like you said, we can just. We've already not really been. But you could go without me now. Now you can, and when you can give up something. You have to change job.
Honey, I haven't worked in years.
Oh, you work. You work at the bar still.
Uh,
The reception.
I keep lowering my shifts slightly. I only go there every now and again. I'm enjoying life. Like, so
Oh,
you,
yeah, but that's the thing.
you know, like behind the scenes, Doc, that your mother, ever since finding out that you're a vampire, and she decided herself that she wanted to be turned, she started living life a bit more liberally. She's come to the agreement that, you know, material possessions are not required when you live forever. Why do you need things like money? And
Wow.
has kind of become really liberal in, like, just the way that she lives her life now. Like, she works very few shifts, does whatever she wants. Like, she still does bridge club. She loves bridge club. But if she wanted to go do something else, she'd go do it. She's become a lot more... She's definitely gone too far with the concept. But she, you know... She's enjoying herself.
That makes sense. Yeah. I think it's also part of why Dom has said no in the beginning. I feel like also because have to die. Not that comfortable. Right. Yeah, I will bring it up.
Okay. If I need a gift, let me know. I'll try and find something. What do you get someone who has everything?
Flattery. Is ego.
Oh, I'm good at that.
I know.
I can flatter with the best of them.
I know.
Hey, maybe we can go out on a date.
What?
Me and Valerian
No.
have got to be a similar age. I mean,
No.
Respective
We're
age.
We're not doing that. We're not. No.
Okay. I was only asking. Just thought. That's one way of getting to his heart. Literally and figuratively.
I don't know if that's not a great idea. You know what? You know, as a vampire, I have a heartbeat. Larry never had one.
I don't know much about Valerian. I only what you've told me. You know.
Yeah, just he can. I guess he can be good sometimes, but you do want to be careful. He cares about himself most. Vision and anything gets in the way of that. Right.
Okay. I will not test that connection. I promise.
Good.
I solemnly promise.
Almost like a pinky.
Fine, I pinky promise. I will not do anything to mess
Okay.
with Valerian. I'll go
Right.
put the black roses away.
A bit of beach.
You got me. Look, I'll leave you to make more music, real music, because you know you've got to have something to feed the cover with. And you know, I will await your decision.
But it's
Eagerly.
not my decision.
And look, from what I've gathered, Valerian loves you, adores you like a child. You can't do no wrong in his eye.
I think he just trying to keep.
Well, be more useful.
Ow.
I don't know, what do you do for him now?
Kinds of stuff.
Then do all more kinds of stuff.
I can't do anything he doesn't give me an assignment.
No, but that's it. No, that's it. Initiative. Find assignment. Before they become assignments.
I've tried that before, and I fucked up majorly when I did, so...
It's fine, we'll play good cop, bad cop. Okay, I will leave you to it. Good luck. I love you. Don't get too hungry. Sort of see her say, as she like turns around and closes the door, leaves her newspaper behind, which has kind of become a bit of a thing. Whenever she visits, she always leaves her newspaper on the on the little counter before the door.
Comes to bring me the newspaper every time.
It's a
Sure.
cover. It's an excuse.
It's like a nudge to nudge me to read more.
Like, you do remember how to read, don't you? With all these screens and these tactics and you know. But no. Your mum closes the door, heads off, and leaves Dom standing alone in his little entranceway.
Yeah. So back to yes. Usually just waiting for a text from Valerian.
Well, at the moment, nothing's come through. You know you're meeting later, but at the moment, nothing news appears.
How long ago? Like, in how much time is?
About 2 or 3 hours. You got some time to sit there and strum.
Yeah.
How long is it until Dom starts talking to himself?
Maybe like finishes recording. Just look out the room. Well, that one's done. And just looks around a little bit longer. And there's always this moment where he starts talking, and then he waits, and then he tries to get. So sometimes I feel like Lita would sometimes wait, like to see how long he
So-
keeps going. Or sometimes she's not there, but so Dom would just be like, "Do you know why Valerian wants to meet with us again? I think it's a new location, right?"
So, I have a question. How long has Leto been standing in the corner? Undetectable.
What time did his mum turn up?
About 9 p.m. So, between when Dom says that, it's been about 45 minutes.
Okay. She's been there the entire time. She snuck in through the door behind Dom's mum.
So, Leto has the full knowledge of what Dom's mum has said about Valerian. And as Dom will attest to, Leto knowing things can never be a good thing. Information can and will be used against you. So what does Leto look like as sort of comes out of the dark shadow of the recording room studio that Dom really should have known to put a light there by now?
I think she is in general work attire so that she kind of blends in at the library. She's wearing a shirt, waistcoat, trousers, fairly generic. A little bit untidy. Hair thrown up in a bun. Generally looking tired. The usual.
The usual black rings around the eyes that no matter how much sleep and rest you get and how much hunger you slate, never, ever disappear. I'm very certain you've put like loads of makeup on to try and like conceal it, and it just comes straight through. And like the makeup does not work. At all.
She's tried it once or twice when she's gone a bit weird, and she tries it out. At one point, she tried like full clown white to see if that would work. Didn't really work. It was giving more like, you know, the creepy version of the Joker where it's all like cracked and stuff. Yeah, it was giving more that, and she was like, no, that's no.
The question is, did Leto then go to Valerian's place and appear there with, you know, cracked Joker face to scare the bejeebies out of him? That sounds
He was
like a
there
Leto
when she
thing.
was doing it.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, she's got his guy to go get the makeup for her.
Just turns around, it's cracked.
So now you're using my butler. Okay.
Yeah,
no, I
yeah.
see.
You were gone,
Yeah.
and she was sat in the train car, and she was like, "Hey, Marcus, can you get me some clown makeup?" And he started to ask why, and then thought better of it and left.
At this point, is Marcus really Valerian's butler or the coterie's butler?
Exactly.
The coterie.
Yeah, the coterie.
We share.
Yeah,
a
it's-
loving family.
All I'm going to say is, Valerian, your lovely capitalist empire has suddenly become a little bit more communist.
Our butler.
So yeah, Leto comes out of the corner, not to the surprise of Dom at all.
Right? If anything, like, he's like, I knew it.
So I'm assuming that we're gonna be helping decorate.
I think he'll let us decorate, or is he just gonna command us around to move?
Well, they're kind of the same thing.
Not really.
Yeah, because he'll tell us to do something, and then that opens the door for us to do something, and we can do what we want.
We should, like, oh, you know what we should do? Once he's out for a little while at some point, get like 100 tiny ducks and like move them like hide around the thing, around in new ways. See how long it makes
them stay.
Me how to make put them places.
Like with like bread?
No, plastic toy ducks.
Oh,
like little, and you can, and it's even better. What you can do is you can number them, but then you leave one number out, so like he never finds the last one.
Oh, so you number them like 1 to 1,000, but you leave out number 93.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have that many ducks?
I can order them. I saw this on TikTok. You can like get them in like a little bag, and it's like you can buy them by like 100. They also have frogs, and they have like mini babies, but those are weird.
I prefer that.
Yeah, actually, that might be. Yeah, let's get that one.
Like we can put them on the ceiling.
Oh yeah, that's the because people don't usually look up. One day I'll just like look up and just like 100 or more babies. Okay, yeah, that's cool. I like that.
And maybe 1 duck.
Okay, one. Okay. Right, yeah. I like see this is why we good teamwork. Right. Yeah, but we're gonna decorate.
I don't know if that's what he wants. I'm just assuming.
Have you been to the place yet? I've not seen the address.
Before it changed, yeah.
Let's see. What's it? Is it farther away from your Acropolis?
Not too far.
What happened to the Acropolis now?
I think it's just kind of empty.
Place.
Yeah, but now people know it.
Yeah. We.
No, there's nothing there to hide.
Yeah, but I'm thinking maybe some other coterie might ready to hide there.
Well, then
That's
we'll burn it
happened
down.
Yeah, we put it down before.
Oh, what's the
No.
fun in that?
Nope. You know what? You do you. That's what you. So like an hour, right? Going
Thereabouts.
a walk.
Walk the whole way?
Yeah. They get some exercise.
Okay.
Let me go get my they'll get up and like shut down the computer and stuff like that, put the guitar away. Go and collect all the things, phone.
All the things you do before you leave.
Yeah, exactly.
While Dom's running around doing that, does Leto do anything? Or does she just stand there waiting for Dom to be finished?
I think she touches all the instruments. I think she wiggles the mouse a bit, even though the computer's closed.
Just constantly investigating. It's like, is this on?
Yeah.
No? Okay, just
She's
checking.
just playing with stuff, just like strumming on things, and she'll like turn some dials.
It's on the sound that's turning a few dials on the sound.
Yeah, she's just like
turning-
changing some stuff.
Turning a
Oh,
few
she's been there.
tuners on the guitar.
Yeah, she's been there solidly the entire time Dom was like recording and stuff. So she's just like, change a little bit of this. That'll add a little something over here.
Leto, the sound producer you didn't know you needed or had.
No, you had, yeah.
Dom the whole time's like, I'm really good at making music. There's Leto there looking stressed, holding on to like 3 or 4 dials.
Dom is truly like coming back the next day, like, wow, I sound so good. Oh my God. This is crazy.
Just having that
I didn't
moment.
touch anything.
Awesome. Dom, you get your things, and you head out, take the long walk, to the old Acropolis. We are gonna quickly take a 5-minute break. So get up, have a stretch, get some more water, hydrate, go to the loo, do what you need to do. We'll be back in hopefully 5 minutes, so about on the hour, where we will meet up with Valerian and probably order some sort of plastic baby / animal
Oh, come on.
to
bro.
start decorating the place. I mean,
Oh yeah, as they're walking, like Dom is on their
On
phone.
the phone,
yeah. There's this wonderful app called Temu, and you can order loads of crap on there. What we'll do is we'll put Marcus's house in as a delivery address. They don't know.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll be back. Have fun, and we'll see you in a moment. Bye, bye. Hello, everyone. We are back. I hope you had a good break. So, the other side of Camden, near some old deserted stairs. I use deserted quite liberally here because the past couple of weeks, people have just been going up and down and up and down, up and down. Actually, no, correction. Marcus has been going up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't think Valerian has ever carried a box in his life. A briefcase, maybe. But an actual box marked Valerian stuff? No. Yes, the Acropolis, the haven that offered sanctuary to coterie last time, is being relocated. Maybe 5 years too late? But you know what? No one was going to come for Valerian during that time. The Inquisition were petrified. What were the Camarilla going to do, really? Just come back and try and invade the place? Most of the Acropolis has been packed and moved to your new home. The train car has been painfully moved through the train network, well, through the tube network, to bring it to your new home. It was a very difficult operation involving closing the Piccadilly line for about 4 hours at night while you were moving an old train down it. Because, you know, if anyone asks, it was network maintenance. No one questions network maintenance. But you've pulled your train car there. The only things really left now are your kind of like stuff you don't use every day. Stuff that was probably in boxes before that never got unpacked from the first moving. And Marcus has very kindly procured a van. The spare Crocs went first, I'll be honest. Those are the first things. But I'm pretty sure during the move, Valerian tried to lose the spare Crocs. The box would constantly go missing. But no matter how hard Valerian tried to get rid of them, the box would always come back. In fact, I'm pretty convinced it was Leto moving the box back. Marcus is very happy that the Crocs are going to make it to the new home. The good news is he has more colours now. On his Croc rack, he's now got the Pride flag in like Crocs. I'm so sorry, Marcus. I know you might never see this, but I'm so sorry. What have I done to you? I've turned you into a Croc wearing man.
There's nothing wrong with Crocs, okay?
No,
Well...
there's nothing wrong with Crocs, I guess. You do you.
Are you sure about that?
Valerian, you are standing in the middle of a now pretty empty Acropolis. From here, you built an empire. For lack of a better word, you did what most upstart, power-hungry kindred would dream of doing. You liberated a city and now have more kindred following you than you can actually count to. And you've tried. You've tried to catalogue them all. You've wanted to know the exact extent of your reach. But you can't go around and do a census like you normally do. People get suspicious when you do that. But what is Valerian wearing, doing, thinking as they stand, for the moment, alone in this now empty tube station?
So Valerian, as always, is a older man, well, older looking man, at the end of his mid 40s, I'd say, maybe a little later. He always wears a white pinstripe suit with a black tie, some rings around his fingers. He looks very pale, and yeah, I think he at this moment is standing in the middle. No, he's like pacing around. I think he's like actually like making sure everything is packed up, but also just looking at every single corner one more time, and just reminiscing about things. And I'd assume Marcus is with him.
Marcus has just come back down. Marcus has been loading boxes into the van, because that's what he does best, apparently. Marcus has changed his style somewhat. He's now gone for a more blonder hairstyle. Combs it back now. There's lots of like little stray hairs coming out. What he's calling his Leto-esque moment.
Oh my god.
And hasn't quite copied the style, but the hair's definitely there. Obviously, he can't have a man bun, so he's gone for brushed back blonde hair.
This is fucked.
And has replaced the waistcoat he used to wear with a corset. A red and black male corset.
Excuse me?
Well, you know, when you're the butler to the Baron, you know, you've got to look the part. That's why
Changed my look.
that's
What
that's why
Say this.
the Crocs now go to the back of the bedroom.
Yeah, I think like as he picks up the last box, I think he waits for me at the door as I take a last look, and I just go. It was actually quite small, wasn't it?
Yeah, we've had to buy a lot more furniture for the new place.
Just 2 lines. Disappointing. Well, off to bigger and better. Go. Let's go. And
Okay.
I think he leaves with like scratching his forehead. And then once he's out the door, takes a last look inside. Then closes the door. Puts down the emergency stuff. Well, that was broken, but I'd assume that in those 5 years.
Yeah, in the 5 years it got.
Exactly.
Put it this way: when the Inquisition came literally knocking, that was one of the first things that got fixed.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
put down the emergency
but
exit.
he closes that, and then he flips the switch, turning off all the lights in there. And then walks up the stairs, takes one last look at that one more time. It looks like he's got a hard time of letting it go. No.
Marcus puts the box on because it's the escalator that doesn't actually work, and not many people actually use the escalator stairs. Most people, most normal people, use the stairs. Other people in this group, won't be named, slide down the middle, for reasons. But you see that Marcus kind of like puts the box on like one of the stairs and like uses his leg to hold it. Like, it's understandable if you find it hard to move on. We all get attached to places. You conquer the city from here.
Get in the car, Marcus.
And-
I
Of course, of course. Picks up the box. As he finishes climbing the stairs, Leto and Dom, you are coming out. Just as you're coming in, just as you see Marcus come up the stairs, he looks to both of you, smiles a bit. Nice to meet you both again.
We've been seeing each other almost every day for the past 5 years.
I'm being polite. Look, just be careful around Valerian, okay? He's a bit sensitive. Detachment
Wait, Valerian is
issues.
sensitive?
The detachment issues. You sort of see he walks past and like puts the final box into the van and pulls the shutter down. As Valerian is standing, either standing or coming up the escalator, with you two at the top.
Yeah, I first, when I come up the stairs, I look the other way, like the opposite direction of them, and then I look back, and then I'm like, yes, I forgot. Hi. Hi. How's everyone doing?
You're right.
Alright. Fine. Excited to go to the new place. Are you excited?
I guess.
We're gonna help decorate.
Excuse me?
That. I guess. I mean, Lita called it decorating. I just assumed you want us to move shit around.
Yeah, we're not decorating. We're putting things in. That's what we're doing.
You see Marcus kind of pipes up slightly on the outside and said, I did the decorating last week.
I know.
Then why didn't you come help?
We're doing a great job.
I retiled an entire junction.
Very pretty.
10,000 tiles.
Marcus, you are aware that you can get help, right?
I asked, no one responded. And besides,
Make
Valerian didn't want anyone else in the place. I should take that as a sign of trust, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm good. I'm fine. I promise. He then sort of like walks round the side of the van and like gets into the driver's seat.
I think, how many seats are in there?
It's one of those deeper trucks that has like the 2 at the front and then 3 at the back.
Okay.
So there's enough room
Vito's
for everyone.
gonna slide in shotgun next to Marcus before the other two jump in and just be like, so, are you aware of ghouls?
I am. I just never really thought I needed them.
What, 10,000 tiles sounds like you do.
Maybe I should start thinking about branching out. Could do with the general staff.
Mm-hmm.
Leto, stop plaguing him about fucking ghouls and get out of my seat. I ripped the door open.
Oh, you don't normally sit in the front.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, you get chauffeured everywhere.
I sit in the front while I get chauffeured, please.
Very professional, is it? And she'll get out.
I'm not my mother.
Yeah, you hear a low growl coming from this man. He gets in the car.
Dom just gets in the back.
Yeah, I
And
joke
they
with that.
expect to get to the front anyway, so.
It's that awkward moment when mum and dad are driving at the front and you got the two kids at the back.
Can I reach any of the stuff in the boxes from where I'm sat?
Yeah, you can put your hand over into the back compartment and
you.
start fiddling
I'm
around.
rifling. I'm rifling.
Rifling
the
through.
drive.
Most of the boxes are sealed. But
That's not going to stop me.
That's not going to stop Alito. What kind of things would Valerian like leave to like the last moment to move?
The Crocs.
The Crocs. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Marcus's Croc box
You
is
said
probably
they went
the box.
first.
I did say they
Oh
went
my
first. Also, there's two
However,
boxes.
my stuff went first. How dare you? My stuff went
There's-
first, and then Marcus's stuff goes.
You rifle through all of this stuff. Your hand in. There's a lot of paperwork here.
Yeah, so it's a lot of paperwork, maybe some lamps.
Yeah,
like,
that kind of stuff.
table lamps, you know.
You pull out a file, and you recognize you haven't seen this file in 5 years. Valerian kept all the copies of the files you found on the Inquisition and all the dossiers they built on all of the factions of London. Extremely redundant information now. The intel's not worth the paper it's written on, but it goes through talking about Quinn and the hotel, which was obviously burnt, and I guess memories, really, of a different time.
Do I notice that she's rifling through my shit?
I mean, Leto is very good at hiding herself. It depends whether Leto... I would say for this, it depends whether Leto wants to be seen. I think if Leto wanted to
That
be
is true.
known that she is rifling, then you probably would notice. If Leto doesn't want you to know, then you ain't gonna notice jack shit.
She's, for all intents and purposes, she's up against Dom
Hmm.
with her arm like behind her, rifling. She's trying to work out everything by feel, and then she'll like pull something out and look at it and put
Occasionally,
it back.
look.
And any time Valerian makes eye contact through the
Mirror.
rear view mirror, she'll just
It's also me like turning around to talk to Dom, like talking business, like so I saw this and this and this, and then me like shooting you a look, being like, I don't know.
So the good news is it's not a long drive to your new home, because getting to it is a little bit different. You don't go through a traditional tube station entrance anymore. You now have embedded between two brick houses this tiny little service entrance, the tube network. For poor Marcus, there's no elevator and it's 3 flights of stairs down, and that's just to get into the junction. To actually get to the place, it's a little bit longer. You see Marcus beckons you out, says that he will work on the boxes, not to worry about it. You will go down and take a look.
Dom will take probably 1 or 2 boxes while they're going down anyway.
I'm sure Alito will take the box that they were rifling through. Hides
will
the
take
nothing.
nothing.
I'll take the box I was rifling through and then just kind of like nudge Marcus and be like, ghouls. And then start walking down.
Yeah, you go down 3 flights of stairs and arrive at tube level. This is still the disused tube. It's not used anymore. It's all mostly sealed off. However, a 5-minute walk down this sort of abandoned walkway with a next to you reveals Valerian's new home. I am going to let Valerian describe how they've decorated the place. Or how Marcus has painfully decorated this place.
Yeah, so as Valerian says, well, welcome to the new and improved Acropolis. You see in front of you a big round room with some it's very big, but I'd imagine there's like different tube.
Yeah, there's it's kind of like almost like a crisscross shape of 3 different
Exactly.
lines connecting. So you've got all these like areas coming off this now central circle, which are all fully built and ready to have rooms added and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so those are there a bit embedded in the wall, with one of them having like an actual trade car in there, which is all lit up, and like it looks exactly like the one you saw in the tube station before. And other than that, you can see indeed all kinds of just like tiny tiles, white tiles, that reflect the gold light that is coming from the humongous chandelier that is hanging above. And there's a big round table in the middle that encompasses the entirety of a turntable, so that the table itself can be turned. However, the people outside of it are just like standing looking at it. There's chairs around it. It really truly almost looks like an Illuminati meeting place. It's like high back chairs, black with like red velour, and then it's just like one for each like head of
heads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Clans.
Also, Valerian's chair has the bigger back.
Of course, it has a humongous back. Absolutely. And then I think so there's sconces on the walls as well to provide more light. But I think, yeah, he's just kind of explaining and in those tubes there's going to be more cars where people can sleep if they want to. I'm going to be able to host vampires that have lost homes, whatever, or you guys if you need a place to stay. And what else would there be? I think there's just general sitting spaces all along.
Oh yeah, all over the place. Valerian definitely moved their armory across.
Yes.
Have they taken advantage of the new space to make it bigger?
I think so. Yes, I think they have definitely used one of the tube halls to put the armory in there. So there is absolutely one that is actually well lit. So it's not like golden light. It's actually a whitish light. And you can see in there guns, swords, different types of grenades, stuff like that,
Shotguns.
Shotguns.
There's a gap.
There's always a gap. The two handheld SMGs that Valerian used in the final battle at the tower have been framed by Marcus. Kind of
No.
Kind of crossed.
Encased in glass.
Amazing.
Encased in glass. So there's space at the end of that I think they've created maybe like a fake wall at the end of that tunnel. And so there's the two ones, and then there's also an empty, once again, glass case that I think is supposed to be holding a sword. Who knows?
I think Dom gave it back. I think eventually.
Okay.
Or maybe Lito might have snatched it up, like, in the meanwhile.
Okay, if you gave it back, then there is.
Yeah, I was going to say, does Mummy and Mummy know that the sword is missing? I think Mummy and Mummy would have something to say if the family heirloom went missing.
Exactly. Yeah. So there's then, if the sword has been returned safely, then there is a long sword hanging there with a beautiful hilt that is like red and black, and like it has like engravings on it, and it has a red tassel at the back, at the pommel.
Because we do have to remember that Valerian threatened to kill Dom if anything happened to that sword.
Yeah, and then Dom proceeded to like just whack people with it instead of slice.
Yeah.
Which also wound up Valerian, because Valerian was like, if you take that thing, you have to be willing to kill with it.
Exactly. So I was like, "What are you doing? You imbecile!" Yeah. So there's little seating areas as well. There's also, on one wall in between two tunnels, there's like a big map of London. And the same one is like spread out across the table.
Well, what I was going to say is, I think Valerian has two modes to that table. The one side is all like lovely and ornate, but there's a button, and if you press it, it flips, and on the underside of that is a 3D printed model of London all across the table. Painfully 3D printed to be scale model size. You've got all the little models there, like the Shard and the Tower of London and Tower Bridge.
Yes, and then there's different chess pieces on London, or at least on Camden, as at least Camden for now, and then like spreading out across London a bit more. They seem to be representing the hunting grounds for certain people, which he's still figuring out and still changing every day. Yeah, and the same goes for the map on the wall, which gets refreshed like every so many times, because it has like actual like colored like squares of like hunting grounds and all that stuff.
Marcus has bought a A0 printer just so he can print more of these off as it's needed, because the amount of times Valerian's had a fit and just like ripped it off the wall going, I can't make this work, or why won't this work? And then you just hear this little buzzing as Marcus is like printing out another one, and it's like, okay, there we go.
Yeah. I think that's behind the big doors in one of the tube tunnels. there's like big ornate doors.
Just Marcus just standing there with like standing there like that with a packet of coloured Sharpies just next to Valerian's like, take one out so he can start drawing.
Yes.
I guess there's also a 3D printer next to the normal printer as well, for all the times Valerian's like crushed a chess piece.
Yep. Yep.
But at times the Valerian's picked up the shard and just crushed it. Gone, oh no!
Yeah.
I need a new one.
Yep.
But
I think they're also like not normal chess pieces.
No.
I think they're like highly stylized chess pieces, like artful, like so obnoxious and dumb, but like absolutely
so
just
Valerian.
So pretentious. Yeah, so pretentious.
It's pretentious.
Yeah, and then there is also, I think across the room there's one chair with a tiny like gold side table, and it has one of those old-timey corded phones on it, which is used probably for only either emergencies or calls that you like untrackable calls. Kind of shit.
So not for ordering your favorite pizza.
No. Why would you give them ideas? Now they're gonna do that, of course. So what the fuck? So what
That
the fuck,
phone?
Edge?
This one? That's the crank calling phone.
No! Stop! No, it's
Hey.
not.
Just starts.
Is your fridge running?
Oh my god.
just starts doing Bart Simpson crank calls to the bar
Yeah,
in Shard.
yeah.
Oh my god. I'm gonna kill them.
Calling Quinn specifically.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh
Um,
god.
but no,
But yeah, so there are still a couple tube tunnels that are empty. And those are gonna be having train cars, and then
lots of other interesting bits to be
I
added.
just thought of a really good one for Quinn.
Oh no, go on. Go on.
Just calling them up to offer them hotel insurance.
that is so fun.
That's
That is
so good.
crazy. That is so
And you know
crazy.
Leto would do that as well. Like Leto would
Yeah,
Leto
yeah.
would create
really
a fake,
randomly.
yeah, Leto would create a fake shell company just to make it legit.
So fucked
Because
up.
that's just
So
what
dumb.
Leto would do.
Oh my god.
Bored one afternoon.
Marcus comes in behind you, drops one of the boxes down. And is like, well, I'll go get the rest and start the process of unpacking. I'm sure you'll all want to settle in and look after the place. And maybe
I think Dom would try and follow up because I feel like Dom's quite fit, so like it's not really that bothered by it.
it's fine. I can honestly, Dom. I appreciate it. This is my job. I am paid to do this.
Alright, are you sure?
You get paid?
Yes, very handsome.
Yes. Well, how did I afford this corset?
It's a good
Which
corset.
looks
Looks good on
lovely.
you. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good. Looks good on you.
Look,
You hear Valerian sigh.
look.
It looks lovely. You should get more.
Yeah.
Oh, Valerian, I forgot to mention. You see Marcus kind of just like stiffens up slightly as if like business time. So I thought you should know I found something I think is a bit suspicious. And I could be overthinking it, but I thought I should let you know. Because if I didn't, I get a lecture about how I should be telling you things when I think that they could be wrong.
Out with it.
So, do you remember, like, at the beginning of the month, there was that attack up in Hampstead Heath? Well, there's been another 3 since then. One happened last night. And you know how you think that, want is fine, second is a coincidence, third is a... So, I can't quite remember how you finish that expression. But, it... I don't know, it seems suspicious that there's been 3 murders there, and there's also been a assault there. All happening at night. Like I said, it could be nothing. I just... when you look at... when you read... I was reading the news while I was waiting for you to come back before, and I saw they reported another one, and that's when I thought, oh, I better tell Valerian about this, because if you don't know about it, it means that someone's hiding it.
Do we know anything else?
No. Literally just what I've read
Who
on
they
my...
were, what they
phone.
might have looked like. This is...
In all honesty, I didn't read the articles enough to discern any information. I just made a note of the headline and went, oh, okay. And then forgot. But
Right.
hey, look, again, I'm sorry. I've been too focused with the Crocs
Thank
and
you.
the moving.
Thank you, Marcus.
I will go.
I appreciate it.
So, go on.
I think Valerian just immediately walks over to the table. And pulls out the map.
Awesome.
And I raise my hand towards the two and I just go,
Dom already thought like the moment Valerian's gonna go to the map, like he knows like, oh, I'm gonna have to go there. Like every time Valerian walks up towards like some kind of map or some kind of thing like that, you know, has been drawing whatever, Dom's like, okay, I'll just throw behind.
If Lita stays standing there, he will like absolutely look at you and be like,
The death glare.
Oh, okay.
So Hampstead Heath is north of Camden. In fact, it's literally adjacent to Camden Church. Generally speaking, Hampstead Heath is massive. In terms of green space, in the middle of London, it's like prime park estate given its size. It also makes it very tricky to canvass. There are lots of smaller roads there. There's loads of trees. There's loads of places you could get up to no good in a place like that. You have been trying to split this between 4 coteries. Kind of splitting it in a way that that they can all feed without it getting too suspicious. However, if these reports are coming out, maybe you've divvied it too much, and maybe you need to redraw the border and kick someone out.
So, for now, it could be one of these 4. And I just point out the clans. Of course, we don't know where exactly, or what, or who, or anything.
Are we sure it's vampires though? Because people get murdered by night at night by humans too.
True.
Which, in that case, it would not be our problem, I think.
So, we would have to get a little more information. Leto?
Yes.
Would you be able to help us?
Probably.
Good. Then I want you to scan every article about this. See what you can find about who did this, where, and, well, we know when, but where is the most important thing?
On the map that you've shown us,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got the 4 clans. What are the 4 clans?
So they're not clans, they're coteries.
True. Yes.
They are coteries. Officially speaking, it should be, if Valerians divvy this up correctly, it should be 4 gangrel coteries. Who have all banded
All
together.
gangrels.
This falls into the what we're calling the kit agreement.
Stupid.
Where Valerian has kind of pseudo-relinquished power over some parts of London, in exchange for Kit keeping their fellow gangrel in check. This could be a breach of that agreement.
Yes.
Which could make this even more complicated if it's found out to be true.
I should have never put those gangrels together. Anyways. It's most importantly to find out who, specifically, and where, in which part. so that we can narrow it down to a specific coterie. I don't think it is smart to go out there in the field and investigate until we have more of that information. However, I could send blanks that way. I might. I think he pulls out his phone, his cell phone, and starts dialing a number of a random vampire under his command. One vampire. He doesn't want to send like a not like a whole group or anything.
That's fine. They listen to the order, and they are going to go out to where you said and do an investigation, and we'll report back to you. That will take time.
Of course.
In the meantime, what's Leto thinking in terms of the challenge that's been set in front of her?
Two things. The first one obviously is needing to get information and reference to paper trails, which I assume is in reference to the news. And so she's like, okay, cool, well, just go straight to the source then. Let's find out where these reporters have got this information from and then chase that up. Assuming it's police leads.
Oh, it's most certainly police leads.
And then Valerian said something dumb. Valerian said you shouldn't go out in person until we have more information. So the second thought in her head is, I'm gonna go out there.
Oh, fantastic. Okay. What is Dom going to do?
Nothing until he gets an order.
Nothing until Valerian says jump.
Yeah.
Little
exactly.
puppy.
If Valerian doesn't tell him to go do something, he's not gonna do something.
No, he's actually telling you to stay put too. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Pretty smart.
So Leto would know that. I'm not going to make you roll investigation for this because this is standard stuff. The news articles all reference reports from London Met. They're all described as random killings. They don't. The 3 people who've been murdered. The person who was assaulted. They, again, don't have many/any leads on the survivor. They don't give in the news report a specific location within Hampstead Heath, any of these. However, Leto being Leto, you can look, each one of them has an attached photograph, the article, of the police tape at the scene. While you can't do this from memory, you are pretty confident with your abilities that if you were there in person, you could match these photos to places in Hampstead Heath. So you could find out where they took place. The only one that you can't see is the assault, because there was no scene left to clear. So that one could be anywhere. But you've got 3 photos that would give you at least starting points in Hampstead Heath if you wanted to go there. The alternate angle is Leto and her contact network, shall we say, and connections might be able to leverage some of the original investigation files.
When you say there was no leads from the assault,
Yep.
does that mean they had, does that mean they don't know who the person was assaulted was, or
They
does that
know-
mean the person who's assaulted doesn't remember
The
anything?
person who's assaulted doesn't remember anything.
Okay.
They know who was assaulted. They know it was pretty bloody. They just don't know who it was. They can't remember. The excuse they're giving, at least in the papers, is traumatic stress. Is blocking that part of their memory.
That's fair.
Uh-huh.
I guess what will have happened then is the Leto would have done a quick deep dive whilst in the Acropolis to just have a quick like do. Let's work out what we know and where we can find the stuff, blah blah blah. And then I think she would turn to Valerian and Dom and be like, okay, so I've got some ideas that I'm going to chase up. But if you want something to do, there's a victim who's alive.
Okay. And what? You want me to talk to them? I know I'm no longer acting, but I do still have a reputation. I don't know if it would be weird for me to show up on their doorstep.
Okay. And then she'll turn to Valerian and be like, so, if you want something to do, there's a assault victim who's still alive. So you could talk to them and find out more information.
He looks offended. As if you just said, you lazy ass, go do something.
It was
And-
implied.
He just goes, yeah, I'll talk to them.
Oh, wait. I have a little thing to sweeten the deal.
What?
Well, they don't remember anything.
Mhm.
You know, heavily traumatized, bloody assault in some manner, incredibly repressed memories, blah, 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 blah. So you get to get inside the grain matter.
Yeah, heavily traumatized my ass. That's what I say. Yeah, he just actually his face kind of lights up with that. You say that, and he kind of just goes, "All right, yeah, I'll definitely talk to them."
Okay. Should I take Dom with me?
Yes, fine. Wait,
Sure.
with you where?
To go find out more info.
Okay, fine. Be careful.
She heads towards the stairs and goes, come on, and slaps her thighs.
Dom just sort of looks at her for a second and he's like, you know what, I'm not gonna give her this satisfaction. And just it's like, just wait for a moment, and turns to Valerian like, can I talk to you private for a sec?
Fine. I will take you over to the train car. Well, at least close to it. Other side of the room.
Dom just sort of stands there, he's like, unsure how to start this conversation. Just the one
God.
person's like, so
Yes.
I'll just say it. My mum wants to become kindred. And I would like your permission. She's like, I mean, she she's not told anyone, right? And like she knows everything. Like she knows what to do and what not to do. And honestly, she'll be a lot better at this than like I was in the beginning. She's a lot more responsible. She's thought about this a lot. She's dropped a lot of her, like her job, hobby stuff. She's been making room for this, I guess. So it wouldn't be too hard of a transition, I guess, for her.
Why are you treating this like this is some trivial. Ask.
Well, I've never.
Do you know what you're asking of me?
Well, I've never embraced someone, so I don't know how this process usually goes.
You are asking me to take someone into a fold that no one was supposed to be in the first place. You are asking me to subject someone to a life that we live. Terrible.
Yeah, but she wants to. She's done the research. I guess she knows everything. She's been asking me this for years now. It's not just a whim.
Well, it's not just a whim to embrace anyone either.
I know that, but at least I'm asking permission.
Congratulations. What do you want?
Permission. That's why I'm asking.
You are impossible, Dominic.
Come on. You know, my mother's not said anything. She could have told people. She's been supportive. You know her. She's responsible. She's actually thought this through. Not many of us get the chance to think this through. To prepare.
And when they do, it turns out horrible. Have you never seen Dracula, Dominic? Please.
What? That's just fiction. What does that have to do with anything?
Oh my goodness. Of course. Just fiction. Not the first masquerade breach ever. No, of course not.
I don't think she would have a breach. She's not like me. Think it over if you have to. You don't have to give me an answer now. I'm just putting this out there.
Again, I don't think you know what you're asking of me.
Tell me.
You are performing one of the biggest asks ever for a vampire.
Okay.
You are asking me to put someone in this life that has been human before.
Haven't we all?
Someone who can masquerade breach way easier.
I don't think I understand. We've all been human before.
If I take you as an example.
I'm not a good example, you know that. This was not any of my choice.
That's exactly why I take you as an example.
But it's not comparable. I was ditched. I was left for dead. I didn't know what I was getting into. I just woke up and this fucking asshole was going through my fucking jewelry.
So what? You're gonna be her sire and show her the ways of vampiredom.
I mean, yeah, but I've also already told her a lot about it. She knows, in theory, how it goes. I know it's different than the actual thing, but...
I'm gonna go. I'll think about it.
Okay. Alright. And he'll just walk out and go after Leto.
Leto is halfway up the stairs. The 3 flights of stairs that there are. She's halfway up the stairs. She cups her hand so that she's shouting up into the roof so that it echoes all over the place. And she's just going to shout, "Ghouls!"
And that, I think, is where we're going to end.
Yeah.
At least this part.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That was intense. I do have, however, one last thing to say. before we leave, it's about midnight, said he. A jogger deciding that midnight is the best time to avoid seeing people. Jogs down one of the many tree-covered lanes of the expanded park, completely unaware that behind them are two shadows. There's a brief scuffle, earphones drop to the ground, and then everything quiet. That, yeah, a truly leave night.
My goodness.
Mm.
Ooh.
Mysterious.
This is mysterious indeed.
That's
We need more ghouls. That's what we're gonna say.
Yeah.
We need more
Ghouls.
ghouls.
It's the answer to everything.
oh come
Marcus needs helping hands. Get some ghouls. Dom wants to fucking transition his mum into a coterie. Turn her into a ghoul. Job's done. Everything's fixed. She gets to live
that's
longer. They get to feel like they're slightly more connected to the vampire thing. Win-win. Everyone wins.
Oh my god. that
Ghouls
is
are the
so
answer.
That's gonna be the name of our next episode. Just ghouls.
Oh my god. I will not be getting any ghouls.
You don't
No
need to.
No strings attached.
What's Marcus if not a string?
Awesome. We will be back next Thursday. As we carry on, up this investigation. I hope everyone had fun. We are experimenting with a shorter runtime, so these episodes are a little bit more digestible. So people can watch them on YouTube and not have to sit there for 3.5 hours trying to catch up. So
I'd do it.
yeah, most of us would, but
Double
three
speed.
3.5. I don't think I sound good at double speed. So I sound terrible at 1 speed. So making 2 speed, that sounds like a chicken.
Oh come on.
But no, we're back next Thursday. Apollo will be joining us with their character, who I truly can't wait to introduce. Right. Have a good night. Rest well. Don't let Leto bite you tonight.
Do we do outros here?
No,
Or
we're gonna skip them.
We were supposed to do them in the beginning, but I think we all forgot.
We all forgot.
Oh my god.
Okay, look.
Do we do them in the beginning now?
The idea
Yeah,
is,
we all
the
forgot.
idea is supposed to do it at the beginning. Eventually, I will get some proper end credits made. It will look nice for everyone to see, and we'll get the intro bit, and we'll get a middle bit, and it'll look really nice. But this is stage 1 of our long-term production. But yes, see you next week. A good night. Bye.
Bye.